Hi everybody, it's me again. I've been away for a while. I know I was gonna go to Spiel and then report on it, but I had some technical difficulties. Uh, Even saying technical is a difficult thing for me. But I'm doing this video to see if I can get OBS up and running again in a way to at least to record in a way that I can upload because I cannot upload because it gets stuck at 76%. So I'm just doing a quick video of my Essen haul and trying to put this on. It's just a small thing to see if I can get back up and running. So without further ado, it's just a quick video to see if I can, if everything is just up to snuff on my end. And also going like, hey, this is my stuff that I got at Essen, and I just posted. It's kind of like I didn't script anything, so it's just the way it is. I just wanna. That's why I'm so excited. That scroll over there. So I'm gonna do a separate video about Essen, um, and these games will pop up on that video as well. My thoughts about Essen, how it went, what went well, didn't go well. Spoilers, most of the things went well. But yeah, I have some tips that some of the things you shouldn't do at Essen. It's a bit of a hard one, but Tom Vassell had a great tip, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not the only one that's thinking this. So keep my channel, keep an eye on my channel, and I will get to a video that is more in depth about Essen and about my Essen and about my experience. So without further ado, I will just go a little bit fast through them. This could have made it short, but this is gonna be a bit longer than a short. So one of the I will just start with this little game. It had on the plastic. It had a sale. It was only 10 euros. Usually this is like 30 euros in the store. So when I saw this one, like, hey, a fun little roll and ride. Haven't played this one yet, but this is more like a choose and write. So the thing is, you have um, these shapes, and you're gonna take a shape. You're gonna put these little things on these little. You can put it anywhere around, and then you can uh, choose a shape that's connected to it. I think it's been a while since I read it, maybe a few only 2 weeks or something. And then you gotta put this one, and the other people have to put out the outer shape. So basically, you're choosing a shape to put on this, like choose and write. There are like these shapes that you can test out that are in the box. So like these Tetris, not really Tetrisy, but this grid-like shapes, so you can know how it covers stuff, and some things you can cover, some things not. And you're trying to get points, you're trying to get upgrades, uh, and you're trying to get these missions done on your board. The thing is, what you choose one shape, and the other people have to do the other shape. So yeah, I don't know if the blue one is. You see, like there's a blue and another color. I think blue is you, and the other one is the other person. So yeah, you choose what your shape's going to be, but you also choose what everybody else is going to be, and then it goes around to the next person. The next person does the same. Next player, and so on. This is Distant Suns from Yellow. It was only 10 euros. Uh, if you want some older games from Yellow is a good place to go if you want like some older games. They had more older games, but specifically this one was like, hey, I really want to pick this one up at my local not doorstep, at my local game store. It's really late. Have had like a weird day today, uh, but still pushing on. This one, I hope it's a good one. $10, not really bucks, euros. That's a good one from Yellow. Um, then I think I'm going to get all my Essen like uh good financial finds, like the bargain finds, out of the way. Mighty Boys was there as well, but I think I passed by their booth a few times, but I didn't really stop. I think I'm not sure, but at the corner of Hall 3 at the top of the map, just before the Galleria, there was this little booth that sold um, games that were cheaper. And one of the games, and I passed them, and I didn't see it the first time I went by. And I think the second day or the last day, I did find it. I did find this game, and this game was not there, and it suddenly was there. I passed by it and said, "Is this the English version?" Because I played this summer, and that is Art Society. It was basically I used it, this was 25. It's normally 40, so that's 15 euros off. Uh, it's the thing is, even if this was a German version, I think it's basically language independent. I haven't played this copy yet, but a few of the people, a few people have played my copy while I was playing something else. So I was glad that people were enjoying this one. So this is like a bidding game, and you're trying to put things on the wall, like this. There's a nice little insert in it. You're trying to bid with these cards. That goes to like 1 to 25, I think, or 1 to 20. And then if the first player chooses a few of these tiles, you don't know what's on the front. There's these tags. You try to put different tags beside each other. Then you get these little things to fill in your gaps. So that's important. And colors that are the same colors that are touching each other, they will not score anything. And you will get a few of these shapes, the one that you want. The first player gets these shapes, one more than the players. So if you have 4 players, you get 5 of these. Then you flip them over, see what kind of paintings they are, what kind of tags they have, like a green tag, a blue tag, a yellow tag, or a red tag. Everybody picks one. No, not everybody pick. Everybody will pick one. But then you have these big. Oh, then you have these big auction cards. So you're gonna auction them like in a real auction. The highest one will get first pick. If there's a tie, I think it's starting from the first player. So you have to be careful. Like if there's a tie, I'm besides the first player, so maybe I will get one of the highest ones, one of the highest bid. But as soon as that bid is chosen, for example, I'll pick 15, then I don't have that 15 anymore. So if I start with 25, I will lose the 25. So, and you're trying to fill up your board. The last tile that's not being picked is going to be put besides. You can't really see it. There's this board with the red area, the yellow area, and so on. That's where you put the ones that have not been chosen. That will rank up the points that they will score. So maybe you want to, if you have like a few reds, it's like, nah, and one yellow, maybe I will take the red because maybe a red will be left out and that value will go up. So all my reds will score more. So that's really cool. Also the design on this is a little bit indented. So you see it? Yep. There's an edge. So there's a look like paintings. Only this side. On this side, these are just flat. It's a very nice production. Very glad I got this one. I think this will stay in my collection for a while because this is like a fun game that everybody's kind of like invested in, like bidding on paintings and stuff. Very fun game. My other one, oh no, this one is a little bit lower. I came this in Hall 3. And if you go to Essen, one of the things that you actually, even I get sometimes surprised by this. And sometimes that these really weird stories. So sometimes you're on a I have a whole pile here. Sometimes these little kind of like you go to a court and suddenly there's like this pathway through like a booth kind of things, like a booth area. So they made this like entrance. You go it, and the other, and like maybe 10 meters or 12. I don't know. I didn't measure it. And then you are out. the thing is, on the sides of that little tunnel, I kind of call them tunnels. There are like uh, these pallets with stacking full of games. Usually they're German. Most of them are German. But if you go to BG and check out if they're language independent, you can get a bargain. I can't even remember how much this one was. I took a picture and sent it to a friend that was also there, like, hey, I found this and this and this, and I cannot find where the picture is, so the picture had like the price on the wall. And the thing is, it's Federation. So this is language independent. I just have to print out on BGG the rulebook, or not really on BGG. If you just put on Federation board game rules PDF, I think the first one you get a link to I think the first find on Google, you get a link for this one. And this one was highly praised. I think it was 20 or 25. I'm actually shocked that I could get this cheap. So I would also always get your phone handy and charged. So you don't. If your phone is like dead, it's like you cannot check it on BGG, or have to ask somebody like, "Hey, could you check it?" And there was this Dutch guy beside me that said like, "Hey," I asked him like, "Hey, you're looking up," because I didn't know where to find it like very immediately. So I asked him like to save time, like, could you tell me where I can find this on BGG? So I went with him to my phone. They're like, it's there. Like, oh yes. So I got this one. And the thing is, I passed it to this like little shop, tunnel shop. It's really weird. I should have recorded it. I have recordings, so I hope to edit them. Try to learn to edit, and I just will just glue it. Even if I just glue it together, it will be fine. But I digress. This is like you're in a Senate. You have tiles that I don't know what's going on. It's a lot, and a lot of things give you points. You have these tiles which are either voting or doing something else. So you flip them depending on the side that you want to use, and you put them on these actions. You try to unlock things on your own board. There's a lot going on in this game. So, and you're in this federation of planets, and the Earth is a new member trying to, well, I don't know if you're part of Earth or a faction or just a player that's trying to get into the federation. But you have all these aliens here, these alien tiles. The board looks nice. It's quite full, and that is Federation. Yeah, it's a German version, but it's language independent. So those are my 3 nice finds at Essen, because you still can get nice finds. Because if you think about like, there's a lot of the German ones, but BGG is your biggest friend at Essen. It is. So you can always check if a game is language independent. You can check like what kind of weight it is, especially the older ones. Sometimes the newer ones have weights, like, hey, is it a heavy game? Is it something for me? Yeah. So now we go to new games. This is still great, by the way, but new games. And yeah, one of my games, actually my camera is mirrored, I think. Is it mirrored? Oh, it's not. It's not. It's Babylon. Babylon was the first game I ran to when entering Hall 3. This is really nice. This has these nice components. It looks bigger here than it is. It is smaller, but you have all these bridges and stuff like that. So you are gonna dig a part of. Actually, you're gonna use the parts that is. You're gonna use the part of the game that's in here. Well, the part of the insert. Well, you're gonna use all the inserts, because around here are all the things where all the pieces are, and in the middle you have the tiles stacked on, depending on by layers. You have the first half the black layer, then you have the gray layer, and then you have the brown layer. So it's basically to simulate that you're digging. You're digging and getting these resources, which are actually the best resource to get by digging is actually these little pillars, because everything that's touching the if you have things touching the edge that are the same level, if you have other tiles touching the same level or lower, or the side of the middle of the I forgot the name, what it is, of the thing that you're digging through, then you get pillars for every one of the tiles. If you pick your own color, the tiles have like flower patterns. You have blue flower, you have the white flower, and so on. Your player board will give you a color. If you pick your own color, you also get one of those little pillars. You can immediately put them on the board and then put a tile on top of it. If the tile has symbols, you can put buildings on it. If you, for example, the bridge, you have to connect with another tile. So you have to wait until you have two tiles that have a bridge, so you can make a bridge on the same level and on the same path. You can like do it like diagonally. If you have a stairs, you have to have a little. You have to have the stair icon here and the stair icon here. And some things give you points depending on the levels. You can put statues, but the first statue is free, but the other statue has to be horizontal or diagonal in the same line. And if you put your second statue, then you have like more lines. You can basically put statues if you put the tiles correctly, and so on. You don't have to use all the pillars. For example, here you see that there's a hole. So basically, if you use only 3 pillars, which is the minimum that you have to use, you put like a thing here blocking this space. It's a belvedere. I don't know what a belvedere is, but well, this is a very fun game. I actually played it wrong a few times, because you cannot stack on top of it. You always have to go like or besides it, or you have to go half on the tile if you go to the upper level. So it has to be a stair kind of configuration. That is Babylon. I went for this one first because a friend of mine went to Devere, and I was like, if I only get 2 games immediately first, if I could split up into two people, I would like to split up into like 50 people. But if I can only split up into 2 people, we'll go to Devere, and you know where this is getting, and go to this is from Geek Attitude Games. So I'm actually putting everything on top of the little roll and write, or show and write. So that is what was I talking about? It's late. I shouldn't be doing this, but hey, let's just go through the motions. That sounds bad. Just going through the motions. It's like I don't care. Like, of course I care, but yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about like I went to get Babylon first because I saw it on Board Game Geek that I saw one person post that there were only 75 copies each day for Babylon. Then I heard there was only 50, and I was like, if this is going down, I just have to run for it. So the first thing that I did, I went to the middle path and I ran. Well, I tried to run, but it was impossible. I think other years I could have run more. There was kind of a little bit more space after the initial like rush at the beginning of all 3. But this Thursday, the first Thursday of Essen was a national holiday, and that I don't know if it was a regional holiday or a national holiday. I think it was a national holiday. So it was more crowded. So it was kind of like impossible to run. I did run a little bit, but yeah. So, and a friend of mine went to the VS like, hey, could you get me a copy of a game that I want? And yeah, I got both of them, and I got basically I think all the things that I got everything. I think I got everything. Yeah, mostly. I didn't get Minos, by the way. I did play Minos. I played a lot of demos. Well, a lot of demos, like more than I ever did in all the years, I think. So, but we'll continue. I also demoed this one. I didn't demo it completely because I had to be at a booth where I had a demo planned. So I said to them like, "Hey, I have like 20 minutes to be at the booth, but I have to get my stuff and also have to go to the bathroom real badly." So I went to the other booth. I asked them like, "Hey, I have a demo in like 10 minutes and I need to go to the bathroom. I will be back on time." So I went to the, they said like, "Just go." And I went back. So I finished this game a little bit earlier. But I could go away, and then suddenly it was like 2 against 1, I guess. And this is Intent to Kill. This is a game where you can even they say it's better at two. Sorry, better at two people, a two-person play game. But you can use it with four. Two people are investigators. The other two people are a killer, and you secretly you have this little piece of paper where you write down the name of your killer on the bottom. You write some other stuff because you have these cards. Oh, I have to flip it like this. You have these cards. They have different stats. So this one is a lawyer. If it's a male or female, the age, the build, small, medium, or large, and there's some other things here. And then you have these cards, and you pick a motive. These cards are also in their duplicates. So you have the modems in front of you. I think you have like 6. You pick one, and then your the police officers also have the other 6. So they try to eliminate the motives, and you pick one of these on the board. That's going to be your killer. For example, we had that we had to choose they could not kill a certain gender. So we chose like, hey, they cannot kill guys, I think. They only kill women. And that is one of the motives. And yeah. And there was some other stuff going on. But this is actually a fun game. I like deduction. I think like this vibe and this kind of game. If you like what was that game? Detectives Murdering Hong Kong. You guys know the game. If you like that kind of vibe, this one has the same kind of vibe. So that is Intent to Kill from Hobby World. I got this one in Hall 4. This one was in Hall in Hall 5. No. Well, where was yellow? Yeah, in Hall 5. And the other ones I got in Hall 3. all the other ones I got in Hall 3. So Federation, Art Society, and Geek Attitudes. No, the Babylon game. So in Hall 5, no, in Hall 2, the next game that I was on my list, and it's basically like, I played it. I like the other one better because it has that toy effect, but this one is still good, and that is Foundations of Metropolis. So Foundations of Metropolis, you're trying to, you have these plot of lands, you have these cards that you're gonna draft and pay for them. You're gonna start with a few cards, and you're trying to put these buildings out, make buildings better, get plots of land that's next to each other so you can make buildings. You can make buildings that generate you money and so on. A very nice game. Whoa. I feel like things are dropping into the box. So I try to get these styles and get points. This is a game that is really nice from Emerson Matsuuchi. Dice Tower Essential. I think it's a Dice Tower Essential. From Arcane Wonders, a very nice game, a little bit heavier than it looks, and everybody gets a tray. It's very easy to set up. Setup is a breeze in that game. Yeah, and that is Foundation of Metropolis. Another game that I saw Paul Grogan from Board Game Rules. He had a game of that one. I tried to watch it a little bit. When he plays with other people, it's a little bit far, so you don't really get a rules explanation that much. It's still good. Uh, but I need a games teach of this one, to be honest, because it's kind of like a bit daunting. There's a lot in the box, and I try to go to the rule book, but sometimes you go like, poof. This is a game that I think after the first game, I think I will get it, but it's a very chunky rule book. But I think it was one of the hot games of Essen, and that is Daitoshi. Daitoshi from Devere and Danny Garcia uh, made the game, and Marina Vidal artwork. Actually, I should also tell you about the artwork and the other ones. I don't know. I'm not consistent. It's a long evening. So you have this one. You have this bigger. It's in the Kamushi Saga. That's like Bitoku is also in the Kamushi Saga. Silk, Sand. You are trying to build this city from the central ring up, because this is like later in the game that this looks like this, and you have your own little factory. You're trying to, because you're growing the city, you're chopping down trees, but the spirit will get angry, so you don't want too much anger of your spirit because it will break your factories. And trying to upgrade, you will upgrade the circle, these tiles, but you also upgrade the tiles themselves to the other side if you power up that part of the city. That's what I got from it. So that is Daitoshi, a game that has to be played very fast. By the way, I can tell you the games that I played. I played Art Society in the summer, so I didn't play my copy, but I played Babylon. I played Foundation. Sorry, I played Foundation of Rome. And Tentacle I demoed. I haven't played the full game. And another thing that I have is Evergreen expansion. This came on the geek list last minute. I was like, what? This is coming out? I haven't played with I think I played with the cacti. I'm not sure. But this one is big, giant trees and mushrooms. So this just makes the game like with more modules. These are like 2 modules. You can put both of them in or just one. But then you have to cover another action. So Evergreen is a very cool game. They can go on and on with these things. They can do like I don't know. They can maybe start doing animals. Like I don't know, like deer and ducks. I don't know. This is would be cool to have like a version that's that has animals. So this one has giant trees and mushrooms. This year I went and got this later. They still had copies, so if there was a line, glad I skipped it. I skipped the line this year because I got it. I think maybe even like the second day, or oh no, the first day I did, but way later in the day. Because last year with the other expansions, Pines and Cacti, I was for half an hour because they were slow. Sorry, it's just the truth. And they only had 1 cash register. But even then, they were slow. So slow and 1 cash register, disaster. Sorry. This last game was the last game I demoed on Saturday. I came back on Saturday evening. This one, I was debating between this one and Mino's Dawn of the Bronze Age. I played Minos. It's still a game I want to get because I like dice and dice placement, dice drafting. So I was a bit torn, but this one was. It looks so nice, and honestly, I don't have an Egyptian game. Uh, and that's Man Never. Yeah, just an hour and 15 minutes before they close at Essen at 7. I passed by the booth. I passed by the booth almost like every day, at least one time. And yeah, I passed by them on Thursday, on Friday, and then on Saturday, I saw people finishing the game. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stand here. And they were still talking a bit, and they were getting up. And then I was like, I'm gonna sit down. They left to sit down, and the guy was doing some other stuff. And when we looked at it, he was like, "Hey, are you doing one more demo?" Because I don't know if the demo was an hour or more. Like maybe they would stop the demo at like 6. And said, like, yeah, I'm going to do them. I'm just going to do a small break, and I will come back. And we did a demo. Some Dutch people sat down. There was this lady that also sat down. She was asking a lot of questions, so that's why it took a long time. We were just doing one era, and we couldn't finish because I said, like, hey, I have to go because I have a ride back. So I have to take it, and I have to go to the other side of the Spiel, and I don't want to be late. And I played this, and I knew immediately from a few turns, this is a game for me. I think this, if there was a sleeper hit that people were, I don't think, really talking about, because there were other hits that were there, that people were more talking about than this one. I think this one was a sleeper hit. I think a lot of people played it like, oh, I didn't know it was this good. It's like a YouTuber saying like, yeah, I played this game and this is way better than I saw. So, Man Never is a worker placement game. You have a lot going on, a lot of actions, but you also select your workers on your board with some tiles. So you're gonna put them here, and then you're gonna make them learn. I think you have to plan which action you're gonna take in a little bit of in advance. But the thing is, you cannot really plan ahead. Because the thing is, as soon as someone goes there, if multiple people are there and you want to put your guy there, you have to pay fish. And the more people there are, the more fish it is. The thing is, maybe you want to wait until they move to the next part before you place a guy there. But then you know you have to move your guy to the other space, and then you have to pay as well. So if you cannot pay for a thing, you just could put your guy and get some fish. Not optimal. You can go up on the river here. You can unlock things on your board like the sphinxes and the mummies. You put them in coffins, so you flip them over. And building the pyramids. If you build the small pyramids, you can put these things out that give you endgame scoring. There's a lot going on. There's even a solo mode. And now that I played it once, I think I will try the solo mode once. But it will be interesting to see how this one fares with more people, because I only played that too. Still an awesome game. Yeah, I think my last game is coming up. I did get the Ark Nova map pack, which is already in the base game. It came with like these little envelope type thingies, so you can easily throw the package away because it goes in the game anyway. I got some promos, and I also got a game that is, I now played it with the expansion. I got the base game and expansion, so this is a empty box, because the same as Evergreen, because I put them in the base game. This one fits into the main box of Explorers of Nevoria, and I have Explorers of Nevoria Forgotten Lands, which makes makes it a little bit more things to do, more of a gamery game. It's still low in complexity, and this is it's just cute. I'm a sucker for cute. I am. I just went against the microphone. And again. Okay. So you have this tableau and these tracks, and you're gonna get these little wooden chunky discs from the base from the bag, and then you can put them on these piles of cards. So if I get a purple And you always take two. You choose one, and one goes into the middle. But then the next person can take two from the bag, choose one of them, and put it in the middle, or choose one from the middle. So if a lot of people take from the bag, there's a lot of actions here in the middle that you know if you take one of those actions, you know you're gonna get the cards that you want from that specific color. Or if there's no wooden bits here that are of the color that you need, you can still grab from the bag, grab two, use one, and you put them here on the piles. Whoa, there's a glare. I'm showing you stuff, but there's still a glare. And then you can just if I put a blue one here, I can take one of the blue cards. So you see some of the blues already taken. There's always like 3 cards. The cards will give you some or resources or things that are happening in the income phase, or you can put like these little towers. You can move these meeples up on the tracks. But the thing is, they always reset at the end of the era once everything is done. And there's also some of the things that give you endgame points. Some not really set collection, but the same set collection. So the same symbol on cards will put. You can put some stuff as endgame scoring that gives you points for if you have like maybe purple cards for the amount of purple cards, or purple and yellow cards, or green and yellow cards. Combination of that one. So there's some things going on, and the expansion makes it so that you can play it with 5 players. So, and I think 5 is still fine. It's a game that if everybody, I think you can play it in an hour and 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Very accessible. That is Explorers of Navoria. Basically, that's my video. I did get. Oh, there's one game that that they didn't have at Essen, but I ordered it to my phone on their website from Lucky Duck Games. That is coming Monday. I will count this as an Essen game because if it was there, I would have bought it. They only had like the big box with all the minis, but that was not the game. The game itself, with the one expansion and a little box that is some of the Kickstarter stuff, I got on the web store, and that is Andromeda's Edge. It was supposed to come today. I found it out yesterday, but I couldn't change my address to a pickup point. So UPS had like a weird thing that you can not change it because there was an error every time. And yeah, so I contacted them and finally got through to them. So they sent me. They promised me that they will send it to a UPS pickup point. I got a confirmation for that one. It will come on Monday at the end of the day. So because I'm helping my mother go to Portugal, I think I will pick it up at I think Tuesday. And there's my cue to go to bed and see if I can upload this. And I just showed you the games from Essen. I will get to an Essen video and try to I will talk about Essen, how this year went. I also have my Essen things on my phone, so I will try to make a video out of that. So keep the channel in mind, and as soon as that one is up, you can check it out. Ring the bell for notifications, and I will like and subscribe, of course. And I'll see you guys on the next one when I'm not that sleepy and I'm not ranting like a weird lunatic. Okay, see you guys, and till the next one.